Alright, so the first step to make my not Kawasaki rose from a whichwich bag is to transform the bag into a square. So start out by flattening it like this, and get out your handy dandy scissors, and you're going to cut like this. Watch. You know, Mother's Day is coming up. This rose would make a perfect gift for Mom. Now, cut on the other side. Now here you would just want to just trim the very end. Cut off as little as you possibly can. By the way, you want to know why this model is called the not Kawasaki rose? It's not because it looks nothing like a Kawasaki motorcycle. It's because the most famous origami rose ever designed was by Japanese folder Toshikazu Kawasaki. His rose is an awesome rose, but super difficult. This rose that I'm teaching you, which I designed, is much, much easier and uses a totally different technique than Kawasaki's rose. So I named it the not Kawasaki rose. So now you're going to cut, you see the faint line there? We're going to cut right along that line. And finally, there's a faint line right here at the edge, and you can cut that off. Let's see if we can see it. You see it? You're going to cut right along this edge. And discard this, and we are done with the scissors. Alright, so now that we have a square sheet of paper, we're going to fold it in half, crease sharply, and unfold. And we're going to fold this edge to the crease, just like that. Rotate it, and fold the bottom edge up to the crease. Now, turn it over, and we're going to fold it in half like this. And fold the short edge to that crease that we just made. Like this. And rotate it. Now we're going to pretend to fold it like this, but we actually rotate it so that it touches this edge. The fold originates here and the corner touches there. And we crease. Now we're going to do it again over here. We pretend to fold it there, but we actually fold from here. See, the corner touches. And we're going to fold up like this. And rotate it, unfold, and we're going to do the same thing. So here goes. We pretend to fold up like this, but we actually fold like this. Unfold, and here we go. Alright, now rotate it and unfold these flaps, and fold the corners like a paper airplane. We're folding right to the center crease. This is called a paper airplane fold. And do the same thing at the opposite end. And turn it over. Now we take these flaps and fold them to the center. Now you're going to take these two flaps and fold them. You can fold them so that the fold touches that crease and it touches the crease on the other side too. And we rotate and do the same thing. Here's the crease. See how it touches? fold in half. Now we're going to do an outside reverse fold. This is kind of tricky, but we have our creases all set. So the way it works is you're going to just flip it over like this. You see? And you're going to do the same thing on this side. So you flip it over like that. Now we take this flap and we're going to pull it out and bring it on top. And we take this flap and fold it up. Turn it over and do the same thing over here. Fold it up. Alright, we're almost done. Look like a rose yet? Nope. Well, really it is. Check it out. This is how it works. We're going to just put your finger right in there, and you're going to just squeeze the two sides together. The left and right edges come together, and you fill in the pocket with air. And now we just have to do a few finishing touches and it will take shape. So take this flap and fold it down right there, and do the same thing on the opposite side. And now what you're going to do is hold it so that you have one finger on each side of the rose, and you just take one flap here and just slide it out, just like about that much, and flatten. Do the same thing over here. Take this flap and just slide it out, just a little bit, just like that. And same thing on the opposite side. Holding like this, we reach in and pull one flap out a little bit and flatten. And now you see the rose taking shape. But we're not quite done, because we can make a nice sculpted rose. So what we're going to do is start out folding this flap down, and just fold it to taste. I like to make kind of curved folds. That makes it more rose-like. And over here, just fold all of these flaps out to taste. Don't worry if you don't get these folds perfect. I mean, it'll still make a perfect Mother's Day gift. After all, what moms really love is getting something we made for them ourselves. Now, same thing over here. A nice curved fold. We're just reversing this corner out like this. Just folding it out. And you could finish there, but you might as well fold these flaps out. In fact, here, why don't we just curl this around? This will make a nice rounded petal. You see? And over here. And how about this flap? That can come out too. And over here. And there it is. The not Kawasaki rose. And tell me that doesn't look nice. From a simple sandwich bag. Alright, now for the rose stem. Start out, fold the piece of paper in half like this, and turn it over and fold it in half. fold this corner up, just to estimate, try to get the center there, and unfold and fold to the crease that you just unfolded. Rotate and fold this edge to the crease. Now fold this corner up to there and fold this edge up. Turn over and fold this edge to this crease. And likewise, this whole edge up. Just like that. Flatten it. And one more. Flip it over and fold it in half. Alright, now comes the fun step. See how at one end there's two corners? You're going to separate those two corners just like this. And notice how as you do that, there's this part that sticks up. Well, flatten it down. It doesn't matter if the creases aren't perfect here. You're not going to see this part at the end. It's going to be hidden. Alright, now we're going to take this edge and we're going to fold it right on this crease. That's 1, 2, 3, the fourth edge down, fold it over here like that. And make that a mountain fold. And we're just going to reverse that crease a couple times to really make it nice and loose. Because what we're going to do is a reverse fold. Let's turn it over. So here we go. We're going to lift up just one layer there and fold right on that crease. So we're reversing this crease just like that. And fold down. And now we're going to take this flap and we're going to wrap it around. It's really not too hard. You just wrap it around. This is going to be the leaf. Ooh, it doesn't quite look like a leaf yet. What we have to do is fold this corner in. Now you could mountain fold it like that so that you see it looks like a leaf, but it's better to stick it inside all the way to this corner. Flatten it down just like that. And we're almost done. All we have to do now is thin it out. So now we're going to get our rose. And you're going to stick this corner all the way as far in as it goes. And fold there. And to make it lock, you want to fold on this crease. You see? Now it's locked in there. And squeeze. We're going to thin this out, so we're going to just squeeze the rose stem and sculpt it all the way down. Squeeze it just like this. And you just want to thin it out. I know in this case my stem is more colorful than my rose, but who says that can't be? There, that's better. See, it's not about the super fancy paper you use or the extra special technique. It's about what you fold. It's about how you fold it, and it's the thought that counts. And I think that this would make a very special gift for Mother's Day.